Hey there Stampers, welcome to Simple Card Sunday. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute strawberry card. So to get started with this card, I'm using the note cards with envelopes. So they come in a package like this. These are the Whisper White ones. They also come in crumb cake. You get 20 cards per package. You get the cards and the envelopes in it. And they are pre-cut and pre-scored for you. So these have got to be one of my most favorite go-to products in the catalog. They're so quick and easy for making cards because they're pre-cut and pre-scored, ready to go for you. So just like that, my card base is ready to go. Okay, so the other products we're going to use on our card today is the Fresh Fruit stamp set. And I'm going to use the strawberry and the thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to open it up and get my strawberry stamp out. So you can see that I have put my stamps on either side of my case so that my stamps themselves just stick onto the case like that. And I've kept one of the plastic sheets to put between so the stamps don't stick together, because it really does take superhuman strength to pry them apart when they are stuck together, especially if they're on blocks. Okay, so I've pulled it off. I've put it image side down on my scrap paper, and I'm just applying gentle, even pressure on my block so that the stamp is stuck to the block. So easy peasy to get it stuck like that. And the rest of the stamps I need are already ready to go. And then we also are going to use some of the Fruit Stand designer paper. So I've chosen this page out of the package with the Watermelon Wonder stripes on it and the strawberries on the other side. This is such a fun package of designer paper. I'm loving it. I'm actually loving all the designer papers right now. But this one is definitely one of my faves. So to get these strips of designer paper on the top and bottom, we need to cut a strip that is 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm just going to line up the edge of my designer paper with a 3/4 inch mark on my trimmer and give it a cut. This piece we can save for another project. And now I need to trim this to length. So these cards, when they're folded, are 3.5 by 5 inches. So I need to trim my strip here to 3.5. So I'm just going to line it up with the 3.5 mark right here and trim it. And I'm going to move it along here and trim one more piece. So I have one for the top and one for the bottom. This piece here is a scrap. You could use it on another card or another project, whatever you need it for. So let's move my paper trimmer out of the way here. So step one, after you've folded your card, is to stick the designer paper on. So I'm just going to apply some snail to my designer paper, and I'm going to stick it along the bottom of my card. I'm just going to line up the edge and stick it right along like that. Okay, and then the other one for the top. So there are tons of patterns in this designer paper pack that you could use with these cards. And these cards actually were inspired by a Stampin' Up! Sample that they had posted. I love looking at the Stampin' Up! Website and in the catalog for ideas for cards. Especially when I come across super fun ones like this that are so simple to do. Okay, so we've put our designer paper on and we're ready for stamping. So the colors that I've chosen are Watermelon Wonder for the strawberries. Okay, and Old Olive for the leaves. And then I'm going to outline it and stamp my sentiment in basic black. So to open up your ink pads, you want to push on this edge here that has the 3 dots, and you'll hear a little pop sound. And then you want to pivot and push again until it clicks into place. And you're ready to stamp. Okay, so I'm going to actually open all of them up and get them ready to go. And now we're ready to stamp. So I'm going to take my strawberry image. So when you're inking up your stamp, you want to remember to just use gentle pressure. If you push too hard, you will end up with ink all over your block and then your hands and everywhere. So it's just a gentle tap, tap, tap. At one of the Stampin' Up! Conventions I went to, one of the presenters said, it's not like squishing bugs, you just need to be really gentle. And that has stuck with me. It makes me giggle every time. So just gentle tap, tap, tap. And then you're going to stamp it down onto your paper gently like that. Okay, so you can see the image is not completely solid. And I'll bring back my other one here. You can see along the bottom it's not solid there either. That is how the stamp is made. It's made to give you kind of a watercolor look. And so the polymer that's used on the stamps is going to not ink evenly because of the way it's made for that reason. Okay, so now we need to outline our strawberry. So I'm going to get some black ink here and just tap, tap, tap and stamp it down. Now I like to stamp my inside of my strawberry and then my outline, and then I like to do the leaves after that. So I'm actually going to close my Watermelon Wonder ink pad because I'm done with it for this card. And I am going to pull in my strawberry leaves. So again, gentle tap, 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 and stamp it down like so. And you can see how it's not an even solid image, but I actually like that look. It makes it look very artsy and watercolory. Okay, and then tap, tap, tap on the outline for the leaves like that. And then one more stamp, we need the word. Now I chose thank you for this card. This stamp set does have quite a few sentiments you could use. There's a happy birthday. There's an I'm here for you. There's a thank you. If you change the layout of your card, you could definitely use the love you more sentiment as well on it. Okay, so I'm just going to tap that on my ink pad and make sure it's nice and inked up. And then we're going to stamp it down like so, just like that. And easy peasy, we have a card done. That took like, I don't know, 2 minutes, if that. Maybe if I didn't talk so much, it would be even faster, right? So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw a couple weeks ago how I had posted a picture and said I was spending my Friday night mass producing some cute little cards and watching movies with my boys. These were the cards that I was mass producing, and I actually made a set of them. So I used a bunch of different images from the stamp set, and I used some different designer papers from the pack. So there's the strawberry one, and then I did the peach. So I used the orange striped designer paper from the set. To get my peach to be 2 different colors like this, I inked it up in Daffodil Delight, and then I sponged Peekaboo Peach ink on the side of it like that. And that's how I got the 2-tone look on it. And then the leaf up there, again, I did a thank you because I was making a bunch of thank you cards. For the peach, I just felt like the soft suede was cuter than the basic black on here. So there's the peach. And then I did the pear. So I chose a polka dot paper for the top and the bottom. And again, to make my pear 2 colors, I did the same thing I did on the peach. I inked it up in Daffodil Delight, and I then sponged some Pear Pizzazz ink on it. And you can see the leaves up here. So this leaf here from the top of the pear is the leaf that I used for my peach right there. Okay, and again for the pear, I used the soft suede. And then I did some flowers. So I chose another polka dot paper. I inked it up, stamped it just like I did with the rest of them, and you can see the leaves here are these leaves from the top here. So I just inked up my big leaf and stamped it, cleaned my stamp, dried my stamp, that's important, and then I inked up the other little leaf. And it's easy to do that with your ink pads because the stamps are clear. So there's my 4 cards in my set. Super cute little cards. So if you place an order with me in the next little while, you may be getting one of these in with your order as a thank you. Like I said, I did mass produce them. I had to fill my little thank you card basket, and they are now full of all of these cards, these cute, simple cards. So remember, when you're making cards to give out, to always, oh, that one's not stamped, always stamp the back, so that everyone knows that you lovingly made it for them. And yeah, there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed this. You can go check out my blog, lastamper.blogs.com, to have a look at these cards and a little bit more on there. I've got tons of ideas and fun stuff, and I hope you've enjoyed this Simple Card Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday. Have an inspired day.